it's cooked. But you know what's crazy? What I be seeing in the comments, people want to see the comments. We want to see other people go down with him.
Yeah, for sure. Drake, Jay-Z, nigga.
They want Jay, B. They talking about everybody.
Killed his mom. They trying to shoot his mom. This is crazy.
And they brought the bitch up because they were saying she was engaged in a lot of that shit, a lot of them activities. So I'm just like,
you seen somebody say
that nigga got a $50 million bond.
I seen niggas start saying, hey, they need to try to get Cassie now too.
That's what I was talking about.
Like, yeah, y'all going for Cassie.
Nah, they said because she was engaged for years and knew what the fuck he had, what Cuz had cracking.
Which is true, and supposedly, they talk about Kim Porter, her book. I mean, her best friend said something like that about Cassie. Like Cassie used to come around and kind of giggle at Kim, like, I'm the new, like I'm the one. But little did she know, it was gonna get worse for her. The
internet ain't got no chill, cuz. That's what I'm saying. I thought I showed y'all that shit. They had the scene in New Jack. They put Diddy face in when Cuz started telling me. I said, damn, cuz.
That's wild.
It don't matter. And somebody's downfall, always remember it's gonna be somebody else's laughter. So nigga gotta remember that when you going through shit. It don't fucking matter. You can go through the worst shit of your life and people is gonna go crazy about it.
I just want to know why they want Jay to go down so bad. Well, really, it's the pedo thing they talking about. Like, oh, he slept with Foxy Brown when she was supposedly 14, 15. I think they said it was in the vibe.
I need to look
they were showing all the pictures and all that.
They said they got Rihanna when she was 15, 16. He had a meeting with her for about an hour in the office on some solo shit.
Signed her.
Out with the beer.
They bring up Aaliyah.
They bring up everything. They bringing up Aaliyah. Man, it's getting, woo. I heard they denied Diddy bond again. They told him, hell no.
They did.
Nigga, they said Cuz bond $50 million.
Yeah, that was his package. He said, "I'm gonna give y'all $50 million. I ain't gonna have no hoes at the house." That's what he said.
Nah, but you know what? But you know what Cuz did? You know what Cuz did? Stupid for one. You asking for a bond, Cuz. You still want to party in Miami and shit. Like these niggas is not playing with you, nigga. Cuz want to out there still be able to have fun. So give me an ankle monitor. No, nigga, you should have asked for house arrest and nothing else, nigga, and stayed your ass in the house. You should have been in the house already, laying low, Cuz like. You got the feds on you, niggas.
He trying to bargain with him too much, huh?
Yeah, you trying to ask for shit. Can I just move to New York? Can I go to Jersey and still be able to do this? No,
what he not understanding, they wasn't worried about the females, nigga. That's what they was worried about being at your house. You should have told them I ain't gonna have no men or no women at the house.
Period. Nobody at all.
Because they saying you was drugging the niggas and going to town on them.
Right. Then y'all seen that one nigga just came out talking about he sat trying to blackmail him, sat his ear by the door. He put the message out, talking trying to get some bread and extorting.
Yeah, I think that got debunked though, because that's where the whole Meek Mill thing came from. He put out an audio from a gay porn and saying this was Diddy going to work on Meek Mill. Yeah. But that video of Meek in the pool.
Oh, that nigga saying all that.
He was sitting there and you in the pool, usually you wading in the water, your legs is moving or something. He was like bent over, had his shit tooted up, looking weird.
Even with all that, they just
look gay. And Diddy was like,
these niggas don't be correcting Cuz when Cuz say that D word.
That's what I'm saying. Diddy called him daddy in the video. Like, yeah, daddy, you put in work, you deserve this. It just didn't look good optically. That. It looked suspect. Like, hold on, Cuz, stop calling me daddy, nigga. I don't even call my dad daddy. What the fuck, nigga? What's wrong with you, nigga? This nigga crazy. It's like that Drink Champs interview when he told Fab, let's party. And what he say? Yeah, I like when you be scrambling for shit, daddy.
Yeah. Like, hold on. But niggas, because I think that's his access to try you. Like, if you allow me to say this shit without checking it, nigga, I got you. Or he think he got you. He gonna keep pursuing it. So Cuz is a wild boy. Like,
yeah, it's the same like when you texting a female and then you say something. And if she respond the way you want, you keep going with it. If she on some, man, what you mean by that? You like, girl, just playing type shit.
Exactly.
He doing that. Calling niggas daddy to test the water.
He's fucked. He's fucked for sure. I mean, honestly, he's still innocent right now until proven guilty, so it's all alleged. But
you a nigga, you guilty to proven innocent.
Yeah, I mean, he's for sure guilty right now by public opinion and perception. Court of law, he's still innocent, but it's not looking too good.
Man, can we change that phrase? That whole innocent.
If you innocent, you ain't going to jail.
That's what I was just finna say. That whole innocent until proven guilty, that's not a fact. You're guilty and you have to prove your innocence because they lock you up and make you go to court until you prove your innocence. So how am I innocent when innocent people are free?
Question. Do y'all think he should have been able to make bail? Because they said Harvey Weinstein and other people were able to make bail. Why was he not able to?
I think anybody should be able to make bail. If that's the case, if you ain't really got I don't know exactly to the extent of every case he fucking got, but 9 times out of 10, if you ain't got, I mean, y'all got 1,000 things to lube and whatever the case is, even though that ain't a crime to have, but it just sounds crazy.
Basically, he got racketeering.
Yeah.
I think he got some kidnap. He got weapon charges, drug charges, trafficking, which is weird because I remember Vlad going on the interview saying that, hey, these high-profile athletes and artists, y'all got to stop flying these women out because what's going to start happening is you paying for their flights is going to turn into a trafficking charge because now they're going to try to extort y'all, and all of a sudden they going to talk about they got kidnapped. You promised them a flight just to hang out, and the hangout went from hanging out to you doing some wild shit, and that's how they going to start extorting people. So you niggas got to stop low-key flying these birds out.
What we're actually speaking on was already put into effect. It's here, what was it called? The Mann Act of 1910 made it a crime to transport women across the state lines for the purpose of prostitution or debauchery or for any other immoral purpose. While designed to combat forced prostitution, the law was so broadly worded that courts held it to criminalize many forms of consensual sexual activity.
See?
So that's exactly what we're speaking on right now, where if you are doing that, the NDAs, all of this shit you're doing, it can over a period of time look like exactly what we're saying, which is sexual trafficking. I mean, not to say that when the women were transported consensually, that something at that point in time became like of, no consent, because that's definitely possible. We're not saying that. But also what we're saying is that, he could just be inviting girls to the crib, paying for their flights, and then they doing what they doing consensually.
Is that really a crime though? That shit
it's a crime.
It is here, yeah.
Of course I'm saying that, but I'm saying in reality that's bullshit. Because you could be in another state, say you fly your girl out, can they hit you with the same fucking charge? At the end of the day, you pay for a bitch flight. She willingly has to go to the airport. She willingly has to get on the plane. She willingly has to come wherever you at. There's no way that you should be charged with something. You fly a bitch out and now she can book you for whatever the case is. And she willingly, with her free will, chose to get on that plane and come meet you wherever you was at.
I agree. But the key word in there was for the act of prostitution. So they're flying out to prostitute for you. They damn near looking at it like you pimping these bitches.
And you gotta look at it too, like one girl compared to, I'm flying out maybe 10 to 12 different girls from different airports. They got different rooms. He had it to where they was replenishing the oils and the towels in each room. He was IVing them up. So yeah, it was a full on fuck shop or a fuck farm.
Getting replenished in the Freakoff is crazy.
Hey, the crazy thing is they use the Freakoff in the what's it?
Yeah, the real indictment. I'm like, this is crazy.
They use it in their language.
Crazy.
Diddy having free concerts, cub. And I told your ass, go change your face like Face Off and leave, nigga. Fly out the country. Change your face. I told you this shit months ago,
Get up out of there.
You said that shit months ago.
Cub think he was too big. Like, nigga, get the fuck on.
But this was really the wild part is he was flying men out as well. So I think that's connected with it as well. It ain't just the females. He was flying niggas out. They were saying he was getting cash dropped off to pay him. And they said they got him on some wiretaps, I believe. They said at least 2 phone calls of him calling so-called victims and telling them, hey, you're going to recant your story. We're going to pay you this. We're going to pay you that. Or threatening them like, hey, you finna recant your story. This finna happen. On top of that, they were saying that, what the hell they said?
I believe he tried to bribe another hotel person with cash to stay silent as well.
He tried to bribe the hotel people. And what's the broad name? He called her 54 times. I'm like, okay, now he's panicking. Now the reality set in to where you called her 54 times from your phone. Then you supposed to have a person that got a person that got a person that got a burner to call somebody if you're trying to do that.
I got another question for y'all because I've been seeing this circulate on Twitter. Do y'all think that the sons at this point in time know what their dad is involved in?
Nigga, they been new, nigga.
So you feel like that? Because I've seen a lot of people saying that same thing. Yeah,
them niggas is showing up.
I'm seeing a lot of people say the same thing.
You see his son want to be just like the nigga, so he teaching Cuz the ropes now. To whatever extent, don't mean he doing the exact same shit, but them niggas know what the fuck going on with
the parties is at the crib. Man, so, I mean, you pretty much more or less know what the hell your parents is doing. If it's at the crib, they'll try their best to try to hide it, but I mean, come on, you doing shit like that. It's rumored in the industry that it's pretty much out in the open. Cat Williams literally came on the couch and said, hey, Diddy be trying to party. You got to protect your hoe and tell him no. That was his literal words. I had to protect my virgin hoe, his asshole, and tell him no. Right, like he literally said this out loud, which people been saying for years. 50 been saying it for years. Gene Deal been saying it for years. Jaguar Wright been saying it for years. It's like, if you know, you know. It is what it is. But a lot of these people willingly went to these freak-offs to live their true selves without being judged because they got the NDAs, there's no phones. People pretty much know if you go to these Hollywood parties, the rumor might get out, but it's no hardcore evidence that was supposed to really get out. So they going like not giving a fuck. One of the security guards said they seen Dwight Howard in a pink dress walking with another 7-footer with a pink dress. Right. 2 7-foot niggas walking around in pink dresses and high heels. Crazy work. This is the type of shit going on at the party.
And it's crazy because half them people, as many parties as Diddy done threw, all these motherfuckers who willingly kept going and living their lives regular after. They probably love them damn Diddy parties. I don't know who the fuck pissed off, but they after his ass.
So when I was reading the indictment, it's a 14-page indictment. It only specifies like one victim is what it seems like. So I'm trying to figure out who is that person. You know what I mean? Because it kind of seems like it was only one person that they were speaking of that he was trafficking. Maybe I'm wrong, but it said victim 1 from 2008 to somewhere to 2024.
I think a lot of the names are gonna come out as the trial comes out. And who was that? Who was that? Somebody just did an interview and basically was saying, hey, you was at them parties, they got the tapes, you better beat the media.
They say everybody
and come out the closet now. If you was engaging in any type of wild activity, basically you might as well come out the closet and beat the media. Just, align with the LGBT or do whatever you're going to do to try and clean your image up, because if that footage come out during that trial and you stay silent, it's going to be 10 times as bad for you. So I know it's a lot of people scared to death right now because ain't nobody saying
that's
nothing.
Facts. Ain't nobody
Do y'all
saying
think
nothing.
he is the fall guy?
That's why I just said he pissed somebody off. But what's even more crazy is that I feel like they probably been had this evidence, but what the media does, they already destroy you before you go to court, before you do anything. They put you in the newspaper, they building it up. So even when he goes to trial, he's not going to have a fair trial. So much shit has came out on him that majority of the people that they pick on that jury, if he goes to trial, already believes he's done it. And especially after that video with, what's the bitch, Cassie or whatever her name is, it's looking ugly for Cuz. Like, Cuz is not, he better take any deal he can get.
The media don't even have to do it anymore. We're doing it.
That's what I mean.
The public is doing it.
It's part of the media, but it's getting pushed. That's the same way. That's another form of media. He's, like we just said, he's guilty before proven innocent. Anything comes out, niggas is speaking on it, and Cuz gonna look bad.
I think it's 10 times worse right now.
Somebody said they knew he was fucked or now looking back on it, because I've been on Twitter looking at all this shit. And remember when he was the Joker and Warner Bros. Sent the cease and desist? Yeah. People were saying like they knew back then that he was already fucked off, and that's why they sent that cease and desist.
Like, we don't want our name attached. We don't even want nothing
attached to this nigga. Like, you running around as the Joker. Like, nah, bro, stop it. So that's kind of crazy too.
But what I'm tripping out on is, nobody died so far. They're trying to put Pac on them. They're trying to put Big on them, but nobody has died, and it sounds as if everyone is adults. And the worst heinous thing that I've heard was, okay, he did some date rape shit where he was drugging the champagne or the drinks or whatever.
Juice. He was drugging.
He was drugging the juice, the Diddy juice, and they would get you in compromising positions, videotape it. You wake up, your asshole hurting, you don't know where you're at. The Diddy like, hey, you work for me now type shit. We got the tapes. We're going to keep them safe. Just do what we say. You good. You're going to be successful. You're going to be rich. But basically, you are a puppet now. So if that's true, Diddy's fucked, and whatever he got coming, he deserve it. If that's not true, and the only thing they have on him is, hey, he invited a bunch of celebrities, they did a bunch of pink cocaine and bath salts, and had 1,000 bottles of lube, and was having fuck fest, that's not a crime. Free that man. If that's the case, if he did the other shit, or is any minors involved, fuck him. Throw away the key. Do what you gonna do to him. But if we really just talking about a freak off, when you got somebody like Jeffrey Epstein who had a fucking flight log of high-ranking people in the world, high-ranking political officials who run shit in the world, police, actors, celebrities who done visited that island where we all know what happened with the minors over there, and not one of them got arrested, not one of them is on trial right now. I don't want to hear a fucking thing about Diddy.
You know what's crazy is, I'm gonna keep it 100. I only ever seen 2 niggas get off for what they did, and that was probably John Gotti and O.J. Simpson. So if you not one of those two, it's looking like the chances are are pretty slim to none for you to get off, because it's like, even if he didn't do it, how many people have we seen, get indicted like this, become or walk away scot-free? Like, it's very rare, unfortunately. I think the reason, though, what you said about Jeffrey Epstein is Jeffrey Epstein parlayed between the entertainers and the politicians, but also the corporations, which is like, people you have no idea who they are, BlackRock, Rothschild, things of that nature. I feel like Diddy, while he's a big name, he only parlays between entertainers and politicians. So I feel like that's why he's the fall guy, in my opinion, compared to Jeffrey Epstein, is because he didn't have the resources as much as he does have resources. He didn't have as much as Jeffrey Epstein to kind of, I feel like, evade this situation. Because I be feeling like Jeffrey Epstein is still out there alive.
That's what they say. They say they got some drone footage of him back. He was back on the island on a golf cart. They seen the drone and got on type shit. Because, I mean, realistically, like, the world is so crazy. It's like fact is stranger than fiction. The cameras go out. He all of a sudden unalived, and then he just disappeared, and we don't hear nothing else about the case. My question to y'all is, do you think they're going to Epstein Diddy? And the cameras cut off, all of a sudden Diddy commits suicide and blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, a lot of people saying, hey, he said, if I go down, everybody going down with me, and he going to get the ratting out them people that he had on them tapes. They saying he kept the tapes because... For that purpose of, hey, if I ever go down, I got all this evidence that y'all was partaking in this shit too. And y'all all finna go down with me.
I think it's possible they could do him like Aaron Hernandez if he get a gang of time. I don't even see Diddy being able to do no real time. Like, Cug gonna lose his fucking brains. Everybody's saying he finna have a party in that bitch, though. I don't see Cud doing it, Cud. They're gonna have Cud isolated. They're gonna have Cud maybe, depending if he want to be in GP. And 9 times out of 10, if you is with them crimes, you ain't gonna last in GP. Especially if it come to the sex trafficking and all that shit. If you get found guilty of that, you're not gonna last. So I don't know. I see a nigga checking himself out if that's the case. But he got kids and shit, so it ain't really no telling. You know what I mean? Until everything unfold. So I don't want to say too much just yet.
I feel like they could. I mean, again, I think it comes down to resources, and this is why bro was able to get out compared to, if he did got out allegedly, compared to Diddy. Like, he has those military, I feel like, Secretary of State connections, and I don't think, me personally, that Diddy has those connections. I feel like he's a lower level. If we're gonna, allegedly trafficking and doing these crimes, I think he's on a lower level. As high as he is,
Diddy done been around a long time. He done touched bases with a lot of people, and I feel like we're in the last in the game that long. And if you are doing what they want you to participate in, cuz it's connected. The only difference is now that the connections he got, you might be too close. It's like, nigga, you're a liability at this point. We gotta knock you off, or the whole ship gonna sink. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I feel what you're saying, but basically, I don't think he has the same type of connections Epstein got. Epstein was on another level as far as the people he was rubbing shoulders with. I mean, we seen Diddy with some high-ranking politicians. We seen him with the damn presidents.
And we
seen him with Hillary. We seen him with Obama. But we don't know how tapped in politically he is. And for the most part, most of these freak-offs sounds like it was Hollywood industry people. It has been said there have been politicians there. I highly doubt those names will ever come out. I think they're going to throw a bunch of celebrities under the bus, and that's going to be enough crumbs for the public to go crazy for the rest of the year. And then the politicians who was involved, they're gonna slide down the back door and find a new scapegoat.
I look at the difference between them two is that Diddy is too loud. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be in every video. He wants to be a part of everything versus the Epstein nigga. He flying under the radar. And then he's making it look like in the forefront he's not doing exactly what he was guilty of doing. So I just think Diddy being so loud about everything he doing, he got too much stories against him that's making you look uncredible in every fucking way. Like,
I really want to know, and it's just my mind working, but I really want to know what got Diddy into it, because I was kind of, thinking the theory of, did he get into some shit early on in his career where he has to now fulfill these obligations, or was this something that he, you know what I mean, was always trying to do? You hear about the upbringing about him and his pops knowing Nicky Barnes and the mafia. Like, was it something that he saw as a child that then he did turn into and took it going or kept it going? Or was it something that, again, he got met with and was like, yo, I'm now adapt to this and do this.
They say you sell your soul, you lose control. If you don't follow the program, you got to go.
So that's what they say.
Ain't no telling.
And it always looks to be that way. Is if you want to reach a certain status, which is billionaire status, they basically saying it's not possible to reach that without being compromised in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? And it always looks that way because people do certain things and you wonder why they're doing it. Like, damn, why the fuck is he saying that? Or why is he representing this? Or why is he pushing that brand? And it just looks like they're controlled. Like they said, they got them certain doors you got to walk through. And which one you want to walk through? You want to be a superstar or you want to be average Joe? And a lot of people want to be superstars.
Nobody want to be mediocre.
A lot of people is willing to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see as the story unfolds. I'm pretty sure it's going to be more crazy details coming up out of this.
Every day, yeah. It's gonna be
every day it's going to be a new damn story like it was the first time. Every day something else.
I thought he was scot-free for a second. I'm like, we had all the other drama going on. Nigga, Super Bowl, they said, no, bring that ass back here.
Once the feds hit, you knew Cub was
basically,
scot-free.
I think they saved it for election season because what's finna happen, a lot of bullshit is finna come out and it's gonna get brushed under the radar and Diddy's gonna overlap a lot of bullshit that these politicians finna do. Like Kamala basically saying, hey, even if you got legal guns in your house, we finna bust in your house against your will to make sure that's all you got. And to make sure what you saying you registered, what the guns you got registered, that's all you got. So they're talking about breaking the Constitution. They're talking about going against the Constitution right now. They're talking about complete tyranny.
And that's
right
wild.
Now.
That's wild because she sat up there and said that she wasn't against the guns and all that shit. But we know what the fuck going on.
But no one's talking about it because of the Diddy shit. So I think that was their ace in the hole. Let's get the public riled up. Let's release the Cassie video. They said they have decades worth of evidence because they said this went on for decades. So to know that it went on for decades, you would need evidence. So they've got decades worth of shit that they can throw out at the public at any time to just distract us.